Okay. Hey everyone. Hey guys. Hello. Hey Nubian. Hey Coach Homemade. Hey Machina. Hey Divine. Hey Marilyn. Hey Can I Live. Hey Personal. Serena. Good Move. Hi. Hey guys. Hello. Callie Subs. Kelly Miss Bossy. John. Tara. Michelle. Psychic. Santes. Hi. Anna. 221. Hi. How is everyone? That's Roche. Ochi, how are you, honey? Hey, mama. Hey, girl. How are you? Psychic. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Sanchez, something like that. Um, Hi, V6VYVV. Welcome for the first time. Saturdays. Oh, Psychic Saturdays. Oh, that is a cool spelling. I love that. Oh, how cool is that? That's very creative. Cute pigtails. Thank you. I'm actually getting my hair done tomorrow. So this is the end of nothingness. I can't do nothing with this anymore. My babysitter had a baby. No, my hairdresser had a baby. He is cute. He is cute. Like cute, cute, cute. So she was out for a while, but now she's back, and so I get to see her for the first time. I think in 3 months. Hey, Queen. Hey, everyone. Okay, so I'm doing something that I think you guys might have been. I'm glad you're doing a reading of Jemele. Are you? I was getting ready to say I'm doing something that I'm not quite sure you guys know what I'm doing. Okay? Because I get these psychic impressions when I'm in bed alone and I'm like this. All the psychic stuff comes to me. And so it's been a minute since I coached your life. Oh, good. Really, pretty doll. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you're on. So, oh, I'm missing what YouTube is trying to say. I'm sorry, YouTube. Talk to me. Periscope is not the end all. I'm sorry, YouTube. Talk to me. I just wish YouTube had larger letters, but I do see them after. In any case, Jemele, how do you pronounce it? Jemele. I can't do R. Kelly. I've done R. Kelly. Let's just see if that reading comes true. Ugh, I hate R. Kelly. Jemele. So let's do a little recap. She put out a tweet. I think it has something to do with Trump, if I can't remember correctly. He got upset, but then she put out a second tweet, and it was a second tweet, which I don't think was about Trump, but it seemed offensive to the ESPN execs for Trump supporters, clearly, right? And she wanted one suspension. And we were all rooting for the inner struggle and the inner fight that should have been happening, right? So she got really, really quiet. And I did a reading and I said she was definitely not going to stay at SC6. But I also thought that she was just going to leave SC6, right? I thought she was going to take this time out and figure out that she needed to make different decisions for the type of personality that she has and still stay in sports. But instead, what we got was her returning from her suspension and apologizing for her behavior. And she apologized in her with her behavior for her behavior in the midst of a lot of Trump's antics not getting revealed yet. You know, so she was just pre-exposure. Um, and with all that being said, like Colin, when the president said, "Hey, don't kneel," Colin lost his job. Jemele was forced to um, apologize. Now, me personally, I did not discuss this with any of you, but with me personally, I was sick to my stomach when I heard the apology. I was disappointed. I was sick to my stomach. You know, I and I didn't say anything because I'm not in her position. You know, it's a hard position. It was a public position. Everyone was rooting for an outcome that meant she was willing to stick up for herself. But instead, what we got was an apology for her behavior. And it just took the air out of me. Jumel. Oh my God, thank you. Oh, screw up everybody's name. Jumel, thank you. Instead, we got an apology which just sucked the air right out of me. I only called one person when that went down, and I was like, okay, so she apologized. And we kind of just left it like that. Like there was this agreement of, yeah, like, yeah, and then that happened. And then, like the prediction, she wound up moving to the undefeated. Well, wait a second, guys. I understand the money part of it. Like, maybe that's my problem. My problem is the money. My problem is that you had a good fight and money made you apologize. Like, apologize without having a little more faith in God that there could be a different outcome, you know? But I get it. Again, that's why I didn't say anything to any of you. I was like, I'm not in her shoes. I'm not going to judge this moment. I can't imagine tweeting something that maybe I should or should not have tweeted and then getting suspended and then having the president say something, like the president say something about you. And then the execs at ESPN was like, "You're suspended. We're going to make you a public debacle. We're gonna show you, and we're gonna show all the blacks because that's what she was really representing. She was representing all the blacks, even if she didn't know it. But then to come back and grovel with an apology, and again, I did not say anything to anyone except one person because I wasn't in her shoes. I don't know what that feels like to fight for my public perception of me. I don't know what that feels like. Um, I do know that consequences always come down the line when you protect your money over your reputation, right? Right? Okay, right? So when somebody says, I'll give you this to shut up and keep your job, I don't know. Maybe that's a lot more power than her choosing her money over her reputation. Maybe that's the power. Maybe there is no power. Maybe you show all of us that there is no power. Yeah, exactly, Shannon. They used her as an example. You know, it's a big man's game. It's a big man's game. And at the very least, maybe some public, on her part, resistance might have kept her out of a job, granted, but has the roost come home anyway? So, cut to over the weekend, ESPN, the execs over at the ESPN said, since we fired Jamil and Michael, and remember, we all heard that they left on their own, right? But since they got fired, the show's doing much better. So guess what? ESPN is saying we were right. We were right. Because look what happened. The numbers went up when these two annoying black kids left. And meanwhile, you know, the sport is what? Except for hockey, most of the sports are, you know, you know, this way minority. Most of the sports, except for hockey. We don't do hockey. We don't do hockey. Maybe one in a whole league. We don't do hockey. With that being said, how is ESPN allowed to put Jemele and Michael down at this stage of the game unless they're getting ready to set them up again? Jemele, are you getting ready to be fired for real this time? Not transferred, but fired? One half black people. Oh, it's half and half? Oh, okay. That half has a big voice. The half that we're in has a really big voice. If we took our half away, if we stopped watching football guys and support Colin, they would come looking for us. They would support our word. Maybe if we just stop watching the half, our half should stop watching football and start supporting our folks and not Twitter support literally your dollar. Literally your dollar. Not Twitter, not Black Twitter. We begin at Black Twitter and we make sure we don't spend our monies. I wonder if that is something that could put Colin back in the game. But this is about Jemele. Talk about it, Tracy. Talk about it. This is about Jemele. Did Jemele sell out? Did she sell out? I hate to say this, guys, but maybe this is a conversation we need to have because Jemele didn't have it with us. Did she sell out for personal gain? And will she win in the end? Call me for your own personal reading. Psychic Tracy Brown at yahoo.com. Subscribe, like, share. I'm not trying to be controversial. I think there's a problem in Mass's house. I think there's a problem. I think we all like her. But is she now in trouble? Is she now in trouble because they set her up? I like her too. But now I'm looking at it from a whole other perspective. I'm like, oh girl, ESPN just threw you under the bus this weekend. Is this the beginning of you having a bigger problem? I think it is. I think that ESPN is setting her up. So let's ask that question. Is she being set up by ESPN? And is she going to lose her job? Because maybe she cared about self more than she did about a cause. This became a cause. You know? It's bigger than you and I, Jemele. Colin knows it's a cause because they've had conversations with him. Other teams have had conversation with him, and they're like, "Dude, we actually want you back. Could you not kneel?" And Colin's like, "I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm still gonna kneel." Colin's like, "No, I think I'm still gonna kneel." So it's your choice. He throws it back at them. Your choice. I respect Colin, but I don't know it to be in those type of positions. Integrity, yeah. So, Jemele, is ESPN about to fire you? Sadness ending a new beginning. Sadness ending a new beginning. So this is the sadness when she got fired. Ending is SC6. And the beginning is undefeated. Also falls in my past position. Also is very sad. She was not happy at the agreement that she made. Fulfillment, harmony, and protection. Facing your fears, subconscious release, and healing. Not a good card is a future card. spiritual strength, power, suffering in silence. I don't think she's being treated well on the undefeated. I think she's not being treated well. I think she's struggling at best. I think she's very, very powerful and is trying to navigate her way at the undefeated. I think that in the beginning it looked like a good move, and now they challenge her at every step that she makes. I think that there was a problem last week, just last week. I think she wanted to say something about something, and they refused to let her um, speak on it, write on it, develop it. Um, I think it was either on Colin or politics. Um, I think that she's right about, there's something she's right about, and she wants to be able to say, "Booyah, I told ya," and they won't let her. But they have actually been stifling her like 2 weeks from going on the undefeated. The show is not really designed in the back office the way it's portrayed to the public. This is where you can have an authentic political voice. It's not true. It's not true. It's a game. It's like, okay, ESPN, this is where blacks can have a political view and be safe, basically. But it's not true. It's only safe if they say this is okay for you to do. And I think she's running into some obstacles as to what she's allowed to say. And she's suffering because guess what? After that big apology, she can't talk, which is also something else that might have been put in the contract. She can't speak on this. Sorry, somebody said I slammed it down too hard. Sorry. I'm sorry. A decision will get made. The decision will get made um, over money, but I don't know why. Over money. There's a cover up. Oh, it is over money. They want to, oh my God, Jemele. They either want to reduce your position or both. Maybe reduce your airtime and then reduce your salary. So there is a firing of sorts, not in the public eye, but they do kind of want you to quit. Um, they want, like, my deaf card in her case means she's got to go. It definitely is going to be over money, but it is going to be over reduction in monies. I think when she went over, it was lateral. I think since then, there's been a shakeup at the undefeated, but this shakeup is designed for just Jemele. You're free to go, Jemele. They want you to go, and they want you to do it voluntarily. I think you do have the power to stay, but I think you are definitely suffering, period. Definitely a cover-up. I get 2 cards that tells me there's a cover-up, and this is a moral issue, and these are a whole bunch of liars. But the cover-up card falls in my hopes and fears. That's like morals. Next to the death card, and the liars they're pretty stuck. They don't like you, Jemele. ESPN execs do not like you. Period. And they are determined to win because they are determined not to budge. If there are going to be changes, the changes are for you so that you could leave. They will not be changing their position. You are going to fight, but you don't have a big girls fight in you. You just don't. You don't have it. I don't think you have it available. And I also think that they've been reducing your salary so much that you have other worries. Like you're worried about your rent and your car note and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you had a lifestyle, and now these reduced money doesn't allow you to pay your debts, is what I'm getting. They want her out, yes, Shannon. They want her out. I pulled 11 cards. I don't know why, but there is definitely a female involved somehow. A female involved. Who's on you? Who's Scorpio? What? There's going to be some major changes. The wheel turns, but the wheel turns for the worse, not for the greater good. It turns for the worse. She is free to go. And if she doesn't go like they want her to, there is a public episode that is then going to play out for her. Something public will play out. They are setting you up, Jamil. Period. I think Michael might be safer there at the undefeated because he also left SC6. Remember, I said left. Did anybody know they actually got fired from SC6? Those are huge words to use because no one gave us that impression. Did anybody else get that impression? Fired? ESPN? Really? Hmm. Wow, sports guys. Wow, good for you. ESPN can do this, and you guys are just going to sit back. Sports guys that watch football, that watch basketball, y'all are just going to sit back and let this happen. And I'm talking about the public that could do something. Sports is that important to you all? Really? Hmm. Okay. All right. Take a stand, people. She has a court case that she will lose. Don't take this to court. You will lose. At least it's a loss from a from a position of not reading your contract. They might have put a loophole in there that you missed when you went over to the undefeated, which is why I think they transferred you over because they think your current contract had some ambiguity in there that might have made them pay you off. But when you went to the undefeated, they fixed it and you didn't catch it, Jamil. She's discovering that, like, oh my God, am I a dummy? Like, she's going to discover this. She's going to have conversations with some close, intimate friends, and she is screwed. She's going to try and stay there as long as she can and not try to, like, dredge up all the anger that she has inside of her. It's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Um, I think the men I think the men executives want victory. This is my victory card. But I also think they already have victory. I think this was a matter of time. I also think they weren't going to let this go too long to make America think that they're the bad guys. I think it's going to come from Jamil was a problem at SC6, and you don't even know what happened at the undefeated. Like, we were good to her, we transferred her, and she just wouldn't stop. Like, she's difficult to work with. Something publicly is definitely going to come out where ESPN doesn't get the blame. You're in a very sick environment, Jamila, very, very sick. If you're planning on a wedding or getting married, and it involves a wedding or something like that, oh, they're loving this. They're like, and we're not going to let her have a huge wedding. Nope, nope, nope. We're going to take everything from her. How do I end this, guys? Like, what do I tell Jamil? It's the end? What do I tell her? Maybe it was the end before it got started. Maybe when she came back with the apology, that was really the end. Maybe sometimes you just should have walked away. Just walk away from racism. Stand when you are being racially attacked. Stand. Stand. The money's not worth it. Because now they realize how to get you out. Like, these men are smart. Sometimes it's better to take the loss. Was it Phaedra that said better to you gotta lose to win? You guys know that song? You gotta lose to win. It's a really good song. I love that song. All right, guys. Fantasia. Yeah, right, right, right. Y'all guys know that song? It's so beautiful. I love that song. Yeah, yeah. I was dating somebody when that song came out, and I get songs and messages, and I'm telling you, when that song came out and I was dating that person, I knew it. I was like, ah, Spirit is trying to tell me something. And I always listen to Spirit. I talk to God every day and I ask God for help. Jemele, talk to God. Stand with God. I love that. And you will win every time. Yeah. Because something in that apology, somebody said, girl, quit. Create your own lane. Don't let anyone do this to you. Create your own lane. All right. No one gave her heat though for apologizing. I don't remember anybody giving her heat. Did anybody see any statements on the internet about, girl, why did you apologize? No one gave her heat. It was a dumb move. Period. Okay, so with all that being said, Jemele, um, sadness ending a new beginning. Sadness ending a new beginning. You're out. But my final outcome card is a really good card. It says be open to success. Look at the wonderful things you can do when you listen to your divine guidance. Listen to the God's voice inside you. That's a message for Jemele. That's a message for all of us. Do not let money rule you, because just a couple of months later, and they're taking, money from her, and they're hoping to cripple her because of money. I think she started out with a podcast with Michael. Again, go back and create your own lane. A podcast lets you do anything you want, say anything you want, and you still get financial sponsors. Um, you've balanced so many different priorities and have come out a winner. There will be a lot of recognition and praise headed your way. Don't be shy. Allow others, the public, to shower you with the gratitude you deserve. All right, that's it. Jemele, you're out. I don't know when. I'm going to say I get 3 9s, 1 7, 1 10, 1 5. When? When will she be out? Oh, I picked the cards up. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. When will she be out? Resounding yes, she's going to be out. But according to ESPN, she's sabotaging herself. It's not them, it's me. It's her. It's not us. We're innocent white executives. We would never do this to Jemele. She's just angry black woman and very, very difficult to deal with. um, who said 8 weeks? You're the winner. I think in 8 weeks she will be out. Could be 8 days. Maybe 8 days. Let's give a stretch. 8 days to 8 weeks. They want her out. Period. And this was the final straw where they're going to embarrass her until she gets out. Oh, hi, Anita. Hi. You win. What do you win? Do you want something, Anita? You want something? Have I ever read for you before? You look new. Are you new? Do you want a free reading? I'll give you a free reading. Email me, psychictracybrown@yahoo.com. 10 minutes. That's it. Not new? Oh, well, you get a free reading. 10 minutes. That's it. One question. Free. Nobody else get jealous. Don't get jealous. Oh, you've had readings with me? Oh, were they good? I mean, and if you wanted to tell everyone how good they were. Look at this. Stop it, Miss Stephanie. Lucky Anita. Stop it. Stop it. No jealousy allowed. They were good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I tried. Love you, Tracy. Thank you, Stephanie. I know you do. Thank you. All right, guys. What about me? No, she said 8. She got it right. But I'll give you a free reading, but we'll discover anywhere between 8 days and 8 weeks. Call me for your own personal reading. Psychic Tracy Brown at yahoo.com. Psychic Tracy Brown at yahoo.com. Also, you know what, everyone? There's two things I want to tell you guys about. Any sex abuse issues in the church, email me, Psychic Tracy Brown at yahoo.com. I want you to begin to talk about some of the issues in church environment. But also, if anybody in the LA area wants to join me for Bible study at my church, please contact me. We want to, I love Bible study. I can learn so much at Bible study. It's an amazing experience at Bible study. So if you're in the LA area, it's 9 o'clock on Sundays at Emmanuel Presbyterian Church. Come join us. Now, I'm not asking you to come to church. I said Bible study. And it's a shield of armor. When you go to Bible study, it's like an amazing amount of education that you're like, oh, I didn't know that was in the Bible. Really? You learn so much. Come join us. 9 a.m. on Sundays. And then go home. All right, guys. Love you. Is everybody good? Love you. Email me if you want personal reading. Psychic Tracy, Terry-C-Y, Brown at yahoo.com. Remember the 13th, live money shifting energy. Oh. So, there's this whole Uranus thing that's about to occur that is going to affect everyone. Major changes with Uranus. I want everyone to be fully prepared. And it will occur, I think, March 14th or 15th, which is coming up. But I'm going to do a video on your expectations of Uranus. I think it's Uranus and Taurus, something like that. You guys are going to love it. So stay tuned. It will be masterclass. I know, S. Roche. Are you an astrologer, S. Roche? You know, right? Uranus is moving into Taurus May 15th, I thought. We are already going through changes. You're absolutely right, Anita. But you know how when changes are made, it happens slowly? Like when you're losing weight, it happens slowly. And then one day people are like, girl, you got AIDS? You got HIV? Because you've lost that much weight? Like, you know, people kind of look at you like, you look sick. And it's not that. It's just like you've been on this diet and your body stays plump because your cells are like, I'm fighting. And then all of a sudden the cells just go, you won. You've been so consistent with the diet. And then everybody kind of looks at you and they kind of go, you look sick. And you know, you look sick before you look healthy again. Wendy went through that. She lost so much weight that she actually looked sick, and then she got healthy looking again. You got AIDS? Oh, who's saying get a reading from me? Oh, Colleen, you're so sweet. Takes about 12 weeks for changes to weight to be noticed. Really? Well, there you go. Stephanie is a nurse, if you don't mind me saying. So there you go. Expert advice on Periscope. Really? 12 freaking weeks? And then you look like you have AIDS. And what? Is it another 12 weeks before you actually wind up looking healthy to everyone? Very true. I love you, Stephanie. Thank you. Thank you for any education that we all can receive. So, by the way, everyone, start losing weight. We can all do it at the same time. All right? All right. Enough already. Enough. I gotta go. Bye, guys. Psychic Tracy Brown at yahoo.com. Bye.